I was involved in an Asian American theater company, and I asked, why aren't we doing the classics? And their response was because nobody will pay good money to pay a bunch of Asian Americans do Shakespeare. That really pissed me off.
I live in New York City. I live in New York City. I live in New York City. Yeah!
An institution starts to be very concerned with its own structure, and it goes further away from the work that's being produced. So that was actually the thing that made me think, okay, this has got to change. And so we founded the theater company.
What's wrong with you? Why do you have to have your name on it? Well, it's what we thought the big kids did. We were no longer just pursuing lifestyle. We actually had a life that we were in search of defining further.
There's some contention around this. Can you be a free agent and use an umbrella as a not-for-profit funnel for philanthropic state, federal, city dollars? Or do you get your own 501c3? And I was one of the early adopters of getting your own. And that already is institutionalizing yourself. You need 990. You have to have a budget. You have to be able to hire people and pay them. So the responsibility of a choreographer starts early.
One of the growing pains that we're going through as founders, to say, how do we let go of certain things? How do decisions get made? What's our involvement, our detachment? How do we keep the spirit that makes funders excited and makes us excited? And how do we grow so that we create a structure that that's bigger than the both of us, and that's scary.
We've come to a place as a burgeoning institution that we see the festival as a vehicle to nurture and incubate emerging artists, to define the space that's safe, where they feel welcome. I think institutions can sometimes get in the way of the creative process, but I think institutions need to be artist-centric, need to be flexible, need to be adaptable, and not just kind of become a beast that needs to keep getting fed.
We don't put a lot of pressure into the artists with their art. We help them produce something really, a great exhibition. We help them with all the production and all of that. But then the content of the art itself, it's their own. We don't influence that at all. It's like freedom in here. And I see all of these people working, putting this thing together. It makes me so happy.
Well, when you work in a company like Cirque du Soleil, which is the number one company for productions, and our show was like a $100 million production, and it's beyond Broadway. There's a couple of times I was wondering, what the hell am I doing in this company? But I just kind of bit my tongue and went along with it. But it's very complicated how they intermingle and work with each other. It's like a gigantic family, and they really take care of you 100%. It's really fantastic.
The opportunity to go show up at a place like the Public every 2 weeks with my invisible playwright hat on, I think was life-changing in a lot of ways. The experience of just being there and being a part of that community was amazing. It gave me faith, confidence, and it just gave the work a kind of focus. It is really hard to do it on your own.
When Arnie Zane and I decided that we wanted to make a company, the people representing us, they said, when you do this, you will be asking for money for the rest of your life. You will be asking, what? Yeah, no. Seriously, you will never stop begging for money. That was a very big one. I'm still understanding that to this day.
Support makes better art often, but there will always be art. And institutions, they will rise up around supporting art, and then they will start to live for themselves. And the imperative is the institutional imperative, and that's the constant tension of any arts institution. And an artist's job, certainly a playwright's job, is to push against that. Even if you have the best institution, an artist's job is to be anti-institutional.
in New York City. I live in New York City. I live in New York City. Yeah.